And there we are. All right, now we can officially say good morning, everybody. This is Ronald Gordon with
Good morning. Good
WSAN
morning.
Radio, and we got Miss Bailey right here, and she has a story. Boy, I read up on her bio, and I did not realize. With you, well, let me introduce you. I want you to introduce yourself first. Before I got a bad habit of jumping right into things. So introduce yourself, young lady.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rafaela Bailey. I am the owner of Bailey's Child Development Center. Me and my husband relocated here to San Antonio, Texas back in 2007 with our 5 children. And we have been loving it here in San Antonio so much that we wanted to share our skills and abilities and experiences with other families and their children. And that's why we started our child care center.
Oh yeah, because I was reading up on it, and I'm telling you. Let me see. You started back in 2013. Is that when you started it?
Yes, sir. We started in 2013 in our home.
Okay. So
And then in 2016, we moved to our actual center.
okay. So what inspired you to open up your first place?
Um, because I was having just so many families wanting my service, wanted to move their children into our in-home center. And as a licensed in-home center, you can only service up to 13 children. And some of our kiddos were still young, where they were included in that ratio. But thank God, when we moved to our center, all 13 families or kiddos that I had enrolled at my home, they moved to the center with us as well. That's how much they believed in and supported what we were doing.
Okay. So how does it um how does it being a veteran-owned center influence your mission and your approach?
Well, one thing is families need to be able to, parents need to be able to focus on work when they have to work, focus on taking care of their families. And that's hard to do if you don't know if your child is safe. You don't know if your child is being nurtured, if they're being taught. And so those are worries that we experience uh, as uh, parents in the military, parents working for DOD. Those are things that we experienced when we had our children in childcare. And so we wanted to take that worry away and let families know this is a safe place. Um, we want to know that they can also be a part of the learning and growth of their children. Also, we wanted to help the schools. We know once in the classroom, sometimes they may have 20, 23 children to one teacher. And
Mm.
so some kids may be overlooked because they're shy or because they learn a different way. And so by having my center, we're teaching kids, whether they're shy, however they learn, we're teaching to that style. So when they do go to school, they can still excel in school. If that teacher cannot give them all that attention that they need, they already have the fundamentals down as far as counting, knowing their ABC, sight words, knowing their name, writing their name. Those are things that are usually taught in kindergarten. Well, we teach it before they go to kindergarten, which puts them a step ahead.
Wow. See, you haven't seen any of my questions. And so your answer led into this next question. You really said it already. What makes Bailey unique compared to other child care programs in San Antonio?
What makes us unique is we're very diverse in our staff, where we are able to meet the needs of the children. Our staff, we have the older staff, we have younger staff, we have Hispanic, um, white, black, um, Asian. We have all types of diversity within our center, as well as the languages. We teach different languages as well. So, those are some of the things that make us unique, as well as our partnerships that we have with organizations like PCI, Parent Child Incorporated. which is the early head start piece of the partnership that we have. We also have a partnership with Shared Service Alliance, which is sponsored through Pre-K for SA. So this allows us to reach more families and offer more resources to these families, whether it's speech, whether it's physical therapy, whether it's tuition assistance, whether it's diapers, clothing. We are able to offer those to families.
Okay. Can you tell us more about your free transportation service that you have offer from school to the center?
Yes, we pick up at local schools within our area. Northeast ISD, we pick up some of the schools that's in the vicinity of the center. We pick up at Judson ISD Crestview School, and we also pick up at Ideal Judson Academy. And so we are able to pick these children up with no cost to them for that transportation service. They're only charged for the service that they get at the center. They do not have to pay for transportation.
Okay, okay. So
Yes.
you serve children from infancy through 12 years of age.
Yes.
How do you adapt your program for different age groups?
Well, that also comes in with our partnerships. So with our 3 to 5 years old, we work with like Scholastics or Frog Street, and we do assessments to show the milestones that they're hitting. We use that curriculum. With pre-K for our PCI, Parent Child Incorporated, we use teaching strategies. And so we have where they come in and they help the teachers do assessments on the kids so that we can then share that with the families. So that's how we're able, and that one is infancy to 3 years old. So that's how we can kind of be flexible and adapt to whatever that child's needs are for the curriculum. We use it based off of their age.
Okay. Let's talk about your teachers and staff. Um,
Yes.
how do your teachers with a diverse culture and language enhance the learning environment for the children?
Well, we offer these multicultural, multilingual enrichment classes. So we do Spanish, we do sign language. And so we have different staff members that can speak Spanish, can do sign language. And so we teach it at the children's level. So, for instance, with infants, we may start off with just simple signs as far as more, milk, finish, mom, dad, thank you, please. And as the child progresses, that teacher will adjust the curriculum for sign language or for Spanish for that child's age group. We also have one of our staff is Filipino, so they teach the children some Filipino.
Oh,
Yes,
wow. That's
yes,
unique.
yes.
So, are many of your teachers hold a CDA credentials or higher? Why investing in teachers' qualifications so important to you?
Well, if like it is a passion for me to work with children and teach, and things change all the time. And so we need to make sure our teachers are able to meet the needs of the children when it comes to knowing how to teach them, knowing how to support them. You have a lot of child trauma nowadays where trauma can be looked at as separation from family, separation from their teacher. They're coming from a new center or they've been at home. And so we need teachers that have higher training and qualifications so they know how to work with those children and help them in those areas as well. So our teachers, most of them have their CDA, others have their CDA and their degree, and we have our programs that we are partnered with. They also offer CDA to our teachers. So again, if our teachers do not come to us with their CDA, we get them plugged in with our partners so that they can be accredited with their CDA. And from that point, we are able to look into programs that will help them further their education and receive their associates or even their bachelor's.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
So the way the climate is right now, with schools and everything else that's going on, some of you kids um, has seen things up front, whether at home or out and about. Do you have any counselors on board if needed?
We, with our partnership with PCI, Parent Child Incorporated, we have family service workers that come here on site. And
Okay.
those family service workers are able to talk to the families about resources they may need, as far as if they need clothing, housing, if their children needed some type of counseling or anything like that, then we're able to have them talk to the family service worker, and the family service worker will have someone come out and help the family get those resources. We also allow for therapists to come here on site to
Okay.
service the kids as well. So we do have therapists that come on site.
That is good to know the way things are nowadays. You never know.
You
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 know.
don't. You never know. And the great thing is, for example, my son had needed speech, and so this he's in school now. But when he was here at the center, he needed speech. So we were able to get him that speech while he was in the center. So once he went to school, he did not need to take speech anymore. He had accomplished the goals that they had set for him. And so now he's not being taken away from his classroom or class
Mm-hmm.
time. He's not pulled away. And so those are the type of things we want, where the kids can spend more time in the classroom versus being separated from their class for things like that. But in addition, they do need continued type of therapy, whether it's speech or hearing or reading or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. We develop those bridges here at the center. So once they go to school, it can continue. It doesn't have to be paused or anything like that. Because if they wait till they go to school, then they have to be tested. It has to be looked at, things like that. By the time they're actually getting that help, it may be when they come back from winter break. So
Ooh.
they may only get maybe 2 or 3 months of help before
Mm-hmm.
it's the summer and they have to wait. So again, if we can start early, maybe we can eliminate it altogether
Yeah.
before they go to school, or we can make sure that it's already set in place and it can just continue when they're in school.
Yeah. So one of my sons, when he was going to school, the teacher said, I don't know what's wrong with him. He doesn't do this, doesn't do that. I said, there's nothing wrong with him. I said, I think the problem you have not challenged him. And she said, what you mean
Yes,
by challenging him? I said, you're giving him the same thing everybody else get. And how's his grades? His grades are good. But he just sits there because he needs to be challenged. Trust me
yes,
on this
yes,
one. She turned around
yes,
and challenged him to the next grade level. And he locked on to that. Like, and then the teacher came back and told me, how did you know? I said, well, most parents should know their kids.
yes,
And,
definitely.
and I knew that because when I was a single parent, and what I would do is have my oldest one read the front part of the newspaper. Don't go to section B on the next page, just read that.
Right.
He did not understand why I was doing that. I was doing that to make
Mhm.
sure that he comprehends what was
Correct.
going on, and that's how I raised my kids to do that. And so when I told the teacher that, she said, I never would have thought of that. And I said,
Yes.
okay. I didn't say anything negative.
Right.
But it's just, 9 times out of 10, it starts at home. That's why I tell
Yes.
everybody, it starts at home. Do not rely on the teachers to raise your kids.
Correct.
Your teacher's there to teach.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yes, and some teachers do feel that I'm here just to teach, but nowadays in our society, there's so many other things going on in a child's
Yeah.
life. You have grandparents raising the children. You
Mm-hmm.
have aunts and uncles. So their main thing is just keeping the bills paid, making sure that there's food in the house, things like that. And
Right.
so they may not be able to make that commitment to the child to make sure they're getting the learning. So for us, again, to me, childcare is very important because it starts there. We're able to put in that extra time and things that the school, the teacher may not be able to. And I also tell my parents when they send their kids to school, make sure you are having a relationship with the teachers.
Yes.
It's so important for y'all to partner and have a relationship together. So, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, your son would have continued being bored, getting in trouble maybe eventually because he's bored, but you guys had that conversation and she listened to you and
Mm-hmm.
she implemented a suggestion that you made and it was the right thing to do. So again, if you do have children, and that's what I tell my parents, because like I said, here they're writing, they're reading when they go to kindergarten. In kindergarten, they're usually just learning their ABCs and things. So kids that leave here are they are bored when they go to school. So I tell the parents, tell the teacher, ask them for more work. My
Yes.
kiddos here have gone to Montessori schools. They have gone to GT classes, advanced classes. They have done so wonderful once they got out there in their second stage of education. And but again, I talk to the parents. I try to educate the parents on how they need to have that relationship with the school when their kids start school.
You know, I taught for a little bit, and I had the teenagers. Oh boy, what did I do that
Yeah,
for?
I have those. I
And
have
so
those.
what I did, I would listen to them and everything. So I implemented Friday afternoons. I'm going to say my age. We would have a rap session where we just sit down there and talk about everyday things. And my boss at the time said, "Well, that's not going to work." I said, "Well, give it a chance." Next thing I know, 6 months later, everybody else is doing the same thing. Because what I was doing is giving them a chance to get things off their chest, just to talk about things, and it was amazing on how much these kids knew and how
Yes,
much adults didn't listen to them.
yes.
And that was the key right there. And I sat down there and did that, and I mean, they looked forward to Fridays because
Mm-hmm.
we would sit down and talk for 2 hours about. As a matter of fact, we went over most of the time when that bell rings. Them kids are running out of there. They sat right
Right.
down there in that bell room because they want to finish.
Yes,
So
yes,
you have to learn how to tap the youth. And I think that's
yes.
some of the problem we have nowadays because we're too busy telling what they need to do, that which is right, we need to, but we need to also listen to them because they may see things different than what we are seeing, may open up our eyes.
Correct. And a lot of times they don't know how to express exactly what they want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting on my son, this was some months ago, and he was like, "Mommy, I'm just a kid." And so it was funny because I'm like, yes, just because he can do some things to make him seem older, at the end of the day, he's still only 8, 9 years old. And so for him to tell me that, I appreciated that because yes, you are just a kid. And so maybe I need to scale back and talk this way or express this way or explain it a little better. But we also have that here at the center where the our after schoolers, when they come, they get to have the opportunity to express themselves.
Yeah.
I said, and that's their little time to get in their groups with a teacher facilitating it, and they can just express whatever's on their mind. I said, you might have problems with being the youngest. You might have problems because you're the oldest and you feel like everything is always put on you. You might be the middle child. You might have problems with someone at school. Well, these are those times where you can express that and we can try to give you positive feedback on how to um, approach some of those issues and situations, or maybe giving some another after schooler that might be an older child, maybe explain to the younger one why this is like this or why this is happening or how they feel as an older child. So it is very important for us to listen to our kids, listen to them and see what they're feeling and going through. They're going through a lot ever since
Yeah.
COVID and things, it
Mm-hmm.
has not gone back to normalcy for them. We can say it that, but it has not.
No, and we're into a new normal. It isn't like it was
Yes,
back in it. It's a new normal, and these kids are the first ones going through it. And
yes,
that to me that hit them hard. They couldn't go play with their friends. They couldn't do the things they want to do, and it was just like I don't know. It's like everybody was walking around like zombies. They didn't know what to do because this was something new to not just kids, but to everybody. It was something new,
Right.
and to this day, we still trying to recover from it. And
Yes.
and if everybody look at COVID, it is not over with. You know,
No.
people think, okay, it's over with. No, it's still there. If people still
Yes, it's
getting it, but I talked to somebody the other day who had COVID and they thought they weren't gonna make it, and they made it. And to this day, that individual has been affected so bad it affected his family. You know, for him to almost pass away from it, and his kids scared to go to school. It's something else. So,
right.
and these kids, we
And,
gotta look at these kids for everything.
right. And the thing is, like you said, it has not gone away. We had not as in my family, we have some family members out of town that had COVID, and it's scary because we don't know how far we if is it going to come back big on everyone, is it going to cause where school we have to go back to doing school at home, online and things. We just don't know what to expect. But on top of COVID, you still have your regular old lice, hand, foot, and mouth, all those
Mm-hmm.
traditional little childhood diseases in the
Mm-hmm.
center still as well, on top of COVID. So it is very important to get that training on how to be sensitive to families when they're facing those type of things, as well as families being sensitive to centers when they're going through where maybe their staff is out because of those
Yeah.
things, whether the staff have it or the staff is caring for a family member that may be ill.
Yeah. You know, speak about that. When school starts, it has this. I don't think anybody could but the truth on this one. I'm getting ready to say. When school starts, them kids go to school. They come back home. They bring everything back home. All of a
Yes.
sudden, everybody got the sniffles. They got a sore throat. They got an air. When they go to
Yes.
school, it's like a magnet. Boom. They're
Hmm.
all together. They all bring things home, and everybody sit down there. Then about 6 weeks after school started, everything subsided. But in that
Right.
first 6 weeks, everybody and their mama got sick. I mean, it wasn't a
Well,
bad sick. It just let you know. But I think it's getting better because now they have the kids with hand sanitizers. They're doing things, wash your hands more frequently, and everything. Like just doing the basic things that they're doing.
right. The
And
basic and teaching the kids to do the basic. With you saying with the school, I'm glad you mentioned that about the schools, because that's one thing that sometimes can be frustrating for as child care centers, is that a child gets sick and they want to blame the center. And I'm not saying the center does not play a part in it, but they don't think about, well, I have other kids that they go to elementary school or high school. They're exposed to a lot more than kids that are in the child care setting. In our child care setting, it's the same teachers and it's the same group of kids every day. In the high schools, elementary schools, you have a bigger audience of kids, staff, things like that. You don't have that necessarily in the center. So we're pretty used to each other's germs and things like that.
yeah,
Also, we have parents that work with the public. Working with the public, you sometimes wear those germs on you when you come to get your kids or pick your kids up. So you never know if you're bringing something to your child yourself. My sister worked in the nursing field. She's a nurse, and she would, soon as she come in the door, change, take out of her clothes so that she can go and shower or whatever, change clothes, because she did not want to spread that any germs she may have picked up to her kids. So again, it's one of those things that we all have to work together. I'm going to keep expressing that it's important for us all to work together as a community, as partners, so that we are looking out for the health and well-being of the children, the staff, the families. It's important for us all to look out for each other by making sure we're washing hands, making sure that we are, if we are sick, not coming in where we're getting others sick. We all
yeah.
need to take and practice those safety tips.
Amen to that.
Mhm.
So I'm moving on. I'm looking at something right here. What impact have your scholarship had on families and staff?
Well, during the summer, we reduced our rates where we were able to subsidize some of the cost of tuition through a scholarship for the families. So
Hmm.
their rate was reduced. So, for instance, our our 5 year olds or 18 months and up, our tuition is normally $200. But for the summer, we did it for 145. Our infants are 222, but we did it for, I believe, like 160 for the summer. And unfortunately, funds ran out, and so we could not continue it after the summer. But I'm always looking for sponsorships, donations, companies that want to work with us that can help us afford families to be able to get out there and work or go to school if they need to. And then that way we can do our part in keeping taking care of their kids so they can take care of the house.
I like that. It's very rare you hear anybody reducing price on anything. The way things are nowadays. I mean, for you to be able to do that, and I so hope that you get more funding in that to continue that because that's a blessing right there.
Yes. And again, the thing is, sometimes parents just need a little bit of help for a short amount of time. So again,
Mm-hmm.
those that we did give scholarships for, that might have been enough to get them on their feet and catch up with some other items. That
Yeah.
might, if they just received, started working, that gave them a chance to get a couple paychecks before they had to start going back paying the regular cost of tuition and things. So again, it's just to give a little edge where
Okay.
they're not hit with tuition and things like that right off the bat.
Yeah. So, how do your family-friendly events help bring the community together?
Oh, those are great. We have a great time with we love having our events here. We do mimosas with mom, where the moms come in and we have our sparkling grape juice and we have a spread put out for them and take pictures and things. And it gives the moms a chance to take a break and spend some time with their kids. And it's not just the moms, it's the aunts, the grandmothers, um, guardians. It's just open to any female in that child's life that is in that child's life that wants to come and share in that moment. We have papas with papa, so we have the food and things with the dads, and that is usually a bigger turnout than the moms because you have the grandfathers coming out, the uncles. We
Really?
just have, yeah. So it is so
Okay.
amazing to see so many male figures come out and support the children in their life. We just had our grandparents where the grandparents were able to make like parfaits with their little ones. We had the yogurt and the fruits and things like that for them, and that was amazing. We do twice a year. We have our festival, which we reach out to state and nonprofit organizations like WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, Maximus, which talks about insurance for your kids, like the STAR program and things like that. We have speech therapists come out. We have dentists come out. We have other type of vendors that may come out where parents can purchase things like jewelry or purchase food or just different things like that. We have a financial literacy campaign where we talk to families about getting out of debt, protecting your family, life insurance, savings, and different things like that. So we just have a whole uh, slew of vendors that come out with resources. We have a San Antonio food bank where families are on the food card or need help with it or checking on their application, then they're there to help them. So I started this because I was talking to some of my families and they were like, we were on hold for 2 hours and the phone hung up. Or we just was passed around because they're trying to check on their health application, their child's health care application, and they're just getting a runaround. So I'm like, maybe I can bring those organizations here,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to talk directly. Our families are ready to talk directly with those people, and so it's been great ever since. So this will be fourth our fourth event for the. We've done it twice in the spring and twice in the fall already. So this is the third time we'll be doing it for the fall. And that's going to be October 16th from 10 to 2. And it's open to the community.
Okay.
We're
Wow.
looking to see about the health department coming too, where they can maybe give immunizations, vaccinations to kiddos that may need it. So that's we're waiting to hear if they're going to be able to make it.
Oh, your kids gonna really love you then, getting shots. I can see the welcome wagon for them.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna wind things down, but what has been the most
Mhm.
rewarding moment for you since opening Bailey's?
I think about that, and sometimes it's like, wow, I've been doing this since 2013. Maybe I do know more than I thought I did. Because sometimes it's hard to believe. It's a lot being a business owner. It is, and especially being in this business because I have to do the business side of it and do the child care piece of it. So I have to work with families. I have to work with people with the state and federal. I have to work with a large array of people that all goes in with the business. And so it's amazing sometimes to think that, I've been sitting in on this board meeting, or I'm a part of this board, or I'm a part of this committee, or I'm bringing this to the community and things like that. And it's actually a really great feeling. It's a really great feeling to be able to reach out and help these families, help staff. I've had staff that, you always think with childcare, or I always thought with childcare, well, they can't really afford, I can't afford to pay them what their worth is. But I've had employees buy new cars, purchase homes, finish college, start a family. And so that is just amazing that I could be um, a resource to allow them to flourish in their life and to make accomplishments in their life and obtain a better life for themselves and their family. So that I think is the most rewarding is that I can hit families and help, and I also can reach out and help staff members to have a better and meaningful life. I just wanted to say the one benefit that I offer them is a life insurance with a savings attached to it.
Ooh.
And that's because I can't offer health care, I can't offer dental or vision at this time, but I can offer you this life insurance policy. I can offer this policy that has a savings attached to it.
Mm.
And the great thing is, I don't expect everybody to retire with me, but when you go on to the next stage or journey in your life, you still have that. It goes with you. You
Oh,
can take it with you and you can still continue it. And so that is the most amazing thing I feel that I can offer my staff on top of PTO and holiday pay and
okay.
things like that. That life insurance, because a lot of people don't have it and don't know about it, and we're starting our young people off with it early.
That's good. So, where do you see yourself in your center 5 or 10 years from now?
5 or 10 years from now, I think I would like to be more of a maybe a charter school or more of a Montessori school, something where we can still work with our early childhood stages, but where we can also expand to kindergarten through say fifth grade. So then we don't have the situation with your son where he was sitting there bored, where we are continuing to challenge them on up to fifth grade before they go off to middle school. So that's something that I would like to do. Or even on top of that, I would like to work with other centers to help them be able to offer these things to their families and to their staff. So I would like to work with other directors and owners where we can make sure that we're looking out again as for the whole community, like I said, so everybody thrives and excels.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so now you get to put your plug in. No, no, I got one final question. I got one final question.
Okay.
If a parent is considering Bailey's, what one thing that you want them to know?
Well, if a parent is considering Bailey's, let them know that they are going to get a warm, welcoming uh, presentation from us, that they are going to be welcome. They're going to have that home like feeling, that we have an open door policy, and that we're going to be excited to have them. We are going to be excited to have them and help them in any capacity that we are able to.
Okay. Now you go ahead and plug your center. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, how to apply, and all that good stuff.
Well, there are a couple of ways to reach us. You can just come right through the front door. That's one way you can come and reach us. Come through that front door. We're located at 13777 Judson, Judson Road, Suite 101, San Antonio, Texas, 78233. Excuse me. Our phone number is 210 637 3385. You can also go to our website, baileyscdc.com. You can email us at baileys.cdc@yahoo.com. We also, like I said, our partnership with PCI, Parent Child Incorporated, you can reach out to Parent Child Incorporated, let them know that you are interested in the Early Head Start program here at Bailey's, and they will get you set up to come and tour with us. We offer a discount for our PCI families, which is the 160, no matter if it's an infant or up to 3 years old. They will be at the 160 a week. And we will get them on a priority list for CCS, which is child care subsidy. We also will take care of that family's diapers, wipes, formula, and any other dietary needs that they have a doctor's note with it. Oh,
Okay.
if you are a family that feel that you would qualify for that, please reach out to PCI and let them know that you are interested in Bailey's Child Development Center.
All right, young lady. It was nice meeting you for the first time, and I'm pretty sure we will be talking again
Yes.
because I'm gonna follow you and see what you got up. Any events you have going on that's open to the public, please feel free to send me that information so I get it posted and talk about it on my show.
Yes, sir. And again, our festival is October 16th. I hope that you would grace us with your appearance there, join us there, see some of the other vendors and things that are there, and just see the great families that we service and staff that we have here.
Okay, you take care, and we'll talk to you
You
later.
too. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much for having us on.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
all right, bye.
Bye bye.
Recordings.
All right, everybody, you heard it, you seen it, and that's what it's all about. All right, let me see here. What are we looking at? Make sure I get everything together right here. Um, what time do we have? See, I'm trying to find a time. All right, it is 41 minutes after the hour. It is 82 degrees outside on the 19th day of September. So make sure you get out and everybody stay out of trouble this weekend. So just do what you do best and stay out of trouble. I can't express that more than anything. But have some good fun. All right, DJ Ron G on WSN Radio. I like to say peace and chicken grease. Tune in this afternoon. We'll have April on here from Black Cat Funk Band. She'll be on there talking about their band. So stay tuned for that. All right, DJ Ron G on WSAN Radio. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.